Silent Night, Deadly Night. Take 11.
Silent night, deadly night. They made 5 movies, all of them suck. Okay, not really, that's a little too harsh. The first one's decent, the 5th one is not a farce. Then there's that remake too. Then there's that remake too.
Okay, now that I found a slightly, actually completely less phallic Santa hat, let's get on with the review. Okay, so Silent Night, Deadly Night. This is a movie, it came out in 1984, and this is actually a kind of a controversial movie for absolutely no reason. There were protests against this movie, and I'll tell you why. Back when this movie was first airing, it had a TV spot, and in the commercial, it started off like a regular kind of commercial, you know, about Christmas and Santa.
The night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Remember, he only looks like Santa Claus.
And parents got upset because their kids were watching TV and they saw this, and then the parents had to explain stuff. So they started a protest, and a lot of prominent people actually got involved in this protest, including Mickey Rooney. Remember that, there's going to be a test later. And it actually gave the film a lot more attention than it probably would have gotten if there wasn't a protest. So it kind of backfired, as most of these things do. And lots of people watched the movie, and it ended up getting 4 sequels and a remake. Who would have thought?
You people have nothing to be proud of, even if you made a few bucks off of all the negative publicity. Your profits truly are blood money.
So let's start off with the first movie. I'm going to try to give a short, brief review of each movie in the franchise, including the remake. So the first movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night. We open up with this family, and they're going to visit the kid in the family who grows up to become our killer Santa. He is going to visit his grandfather, who is catatonic, or so it seems. Well, it turns out that this grandfather actually isn't catatonic at all, because once he's left alone in the room with him, the grandfather wakes up, pretty much, spreads some fear-mongering about Santa Claus.
You scared, ain't you? You should be. Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year. Santa Claus only brings presents to them that's been good all year. All the naughty ones, he punishes.
So after that, to make matters even worse, they come across a Santa on the road who is actually a thief for some reason, and who's on the run, and he points a gun at the family, and the father reacts and tries to reverse. He gets shot, and the mother gets raped, and the son watches this, and then that's where his trauma comes from, especially seeing his mother get raped. And Merry Christmas, everyone! Rape! It's just fabulous, isn't it? I can see why this movie is kind of controversial. Anyways, so this movie, what I first noticed when I watched this movie, because I've been watching a lot of Christmas horror movies this season, just kind of like binge-watched a whole bunch of them, and the first Santa Killer movie I saw was Christmas Evil. I actually enjoyed Christmas Evil much more than Silent Night, Deadly Night. They're very different films. Christmas Evil is more of a character study. Silent Night, Deadly Night is more of a slasher. There's more kills in Silent Night, Deadly Night than there are in Christmas Evil. But I enjoyed Christmas Evil better. I think it kind of had an underlining kind of wit to it, where Silent Night, Deadly Night was just kind of, it was trying to shock you. And that it ended up succeeding in doing in a couple of occasions. And Silent Night, Deadly Night, it goes to great lengths to create a trauma in the Santa Killer's life, while in Christmas Evil, which is also told in the perspective of the Santa Killer, there's very little that's there that traumatizes him. He just sees his father, who dressed up as Santa Claus, giving his mother head. Which is the least traumatizing thing that happens to Billy in Deadly Night, Deadly Night, Silent Night, Deadly Night. He witnesses people having sex on 2 occasions, and he realizes that's naughty because he's in the orphanage and he sees the nun punishing the people for having sex, and the nun also punishes him for witnessing it.
One,
was naughty.
Even though he kind of just stumbled upon it, he didn't really want to see it. Anyways, I'm kind of jumbling these up here. What I was trying to say was that Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, it goes to great lengths to try to traumatize this kid. First, they have the grandfathers planting these ideas in his head. Then he sees an actual Santa murder his family. Then he's in this orphanage with this cruel Mother Superior, who forces him to sit on Santa's lap one Christmas, and he actually punches Santa out. And we get that whole backstory in the first, 20 minutes of the film before we actually see him become the Santa killer. And even then, there's more that the movie kind of like pushes it so that it's his fate to become the Santa killer, so that triggers the trauma where he works at a toy store, and he's been working there and he's getting along fine.
It's burning every night. Everybody will be there.
But the manager wants him to be their Santa.
Do you have any idea what you're doing? You're being naughty. Right on Santa's lap. I don't bring toys to naughty children. I punish them.
He's great, isn't he?
Even then, the movie goes through great lengths because the store manager on Christmas Eve even says to him in a drunken stupor,
"Hey, Santa! Santa, you better sober up. You got a long night ahead of you." You remember what Santa Claus does on Christmas Eve, don't you?
Yeah, I know what he does.
And so that's when he starts his killing spree. And so that's pretty much the movie. Santa killing a bunch of people.
There you are, you bad kitty!
Punish!
It's quite entertaining, but it's not anything really special.
Punish!
I feel like if this guy didn't dress up as Santa, I don't know how he would do that because he's triggered by Santa. Something different, I don't know. If he didn't dress up as Santa, if there wasn't such a controversy surrounding it, I don't think this film would have gotten such a following or been led to so many sequels. But as it is, it's a decent slasher, and I've seen online a bunch of Deadly Night, Silent Night, Deadly Night versus Christmas Evil, and a lot of people, it's on the fence. A lot of people like Silent Night, Deadly Night, because it's more of a slasher, but really, if you're going to watch a slasher, this is a decent slasher, but if you're going to watch a slasher, why don't you just watch any other of critically acclaimed slasher? There's plenty of them from the 80s. And even if you even want to watch a Christmas-themed slasher, just watch Black Christmas. Christmas Evil, like I said, it's not really that much of a slasher, it's more of a character study. And I liked Christmas Evil. I thought it was actually kind of interesting and intense. But that's for another review. I should have probably been reviewing Christmas Evil instead right now, but I'm reviewing Silent Night, Deadly Night, so I'm going to keep on reviewing Silent Night, Deadly Night. So now on to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2! Or not. Actually, I realized I'm probably not going to be able to get out the whole review of the whole entire series out by Christmas, so I figured I'd just make it a multi-post series, just finishing off this video with the first Silent Night, Deadly Night. So you will see my review of the sequels in an upcoming video. I'm not sure when that's going to come out, hopefully before the 12 days of Christmas are up, but probably not before the 25th. So now that I have you here, and look, I have an even better Santa hat I found, I just want to add a little trivia, which I forgot to mention in my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night. The music in Silent Night, Deadly Night, there's lots of Christmas songs playing in Silent Night, Deadly Night, but you won't recognize them. The reason for this is that they couldn't get the rights to any Christmas songs, so they had to make their own Christmas songs. And some of them are not that bad. One of them is obviously made for this movie because it's creepy. So that's my little spiel there. So, Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's all.
In Santa's bag of toys, but Christmas won't be fun and games for naughty girls